Tipping in the nail salon. Oh my gosh. Should you expect it? Should they be doing it every time? Questions, answers, we've got them all today on the Biz Talk. Tracey, I got a tip for you. When you come to work every day, it's just a good tip. Just when I approach and I say good morning, you should have like coffee, snacks, maybe $100 bill in your hand. You should throw confetti in the air when I walk in, just like a celebration that I've arrived at work.
I should pay you to arrive to work.
Huh?
I should pay you.
I didn't say that.
So let me explain how he came in this morning.
I skipped. I was skipping.
Yeah. I got this. At the point.
I was like, I didn't do that. Like a movie
upstairs.
director.
Now.
I did not. Okay, maybe a little
bit.
I'm going, whatever. Oh my God. All right. Tipping. Okay. This is one of those topics that, like, it's kind of like the restaurant industry where there is this expectation of tipping, right? It's how servers make the majority of their money in the restaurant industry, right?
Yes.
But the thing that's in common with nails, obviously in nails or hair, we're going to talk about nails. In nails, it's not the major source of their income, right? It's part of the income, but it's not the major source. But the commonality there is that there's an expectation, right? I was telling Tracey before we started the podcast, when I go get a haircut, which I started getting haircuts again, Trace. You notice? How do I look?
It's lovely.
How do I look?
Yes.
me. Look at me.
We don't know because you always wear a hat, so it's all the same.
I know. And so like it's been like a year since I've gotten a haircut, and by the way, it took like 2 seconds. Like my son gets in the seat and he's getting this like cool haircut, and it's like 30 minutes. I get in the seat and he's like, so what do you want to do?
And brush it?
Yeah, he's like, brush it? What if I sat there for 30 minutes and just brushing my hair? It would feel good.
It would feel amazing.
God, I'm all,
just
thanks.
Brush it.
$50, here you go. But he literally just like cleaned up the sides and like blended, and then just, he didn't do anything to the top, right? He's like, I can't do anything. But
he can't do it.
No, he can't. He's like, I gotta let it grow out. But you know, I love this guy. I've talked about it so much. I think he's the guy that I go to every time. I book my appointments only through him, and I tip him, right? And I always tip. And I can't imagine somebody not tipping, but I want to ask you, Tracey, a nail technician running their business, when you're figuring out your income, do you not have to consider the tips? Or what is your recommendation? Because I think tipping it's a part of the income, but should they factor that in? What's your take on all this?
Well, I didn't care if my clients tipped or not. I appreciated it very much, but I did not rely on tips. That wasn't part of my pricing. I priced what I wanted to make for that service. Can you hear me now?
There we go. Perfect. Thank you.
So I priced what I wanted to make for that service. It wasn't like, okay, I'll price it here, and then if I get a $10 tip, then I'm getting what I want. No, I'm going to get what I want, and then that's the cherry on top.
It's the gravy, right? Yeah. It's like the
cherry.
It's the gravy. It's the
cherry.
It's the sugar. It's the sugar,
cherry.
Right? It's the extras.
It's the guac.
It's the guac. I haven't heard that one. That's good. It's the guac. Okay, but I mean, just be honest. First of all, if a client didn't tip you, truly you wouldn't care? Or would you think like, did I
even
not?
Look.
Seriously.
I didn't look. I just grabbed. Do you need change? I always tip.
Yeah, but you have to look, right? Because then you have to say like, thank you very much.
No, I always say thank you so much. Do you need any any change.
Yeah, but you obviously you're looking at how much money they're giving you,
I
right?
really didn't. I just grabbed. It counted at the end of the day, but I didn't count it in front of them.
So what if somebody so if they shorted you, you wouldn't know. They'd just be like, "Thank you very much." And then,
They probably would have got away with it for a while. I mean,
Okay.
I looked once. I mean, I
course,
just didn't
of
look.
course.
It was awkward to look in front of them.
yeah,
It
you're
was
like accepting the money.
Yeah.
Hold. You're like counting in front of them.
hold it. I'm like,
Thank you.
run it through the machine.
Drug dealers. Okay. So if none of your clients ever tipped you, your mentality was, I'm not basing my livelihood and my income on tips.
Tips were never a factor. Now, if I was kind of, hey, what am I going to make today? I'd probably figure, average $5 to $10. I might figure that way in, if
Okay,
I'm trying
right.
to like,
Just get an estimate.
I want that new jacket. I'm going to make it, kind of thing. But as far as like my income and when I'm going, okay, what am I going to price a fill set for? No, I'm not even remotely thinking about a tip.
Okay, let me ask you this. At the end of the day, though, when you counted everything up, how much was tips? Did it come out to like, okay, pretty much all clients tipped me, or?
Oh yeah,
They did.
I don't think I had clients that didn't tip.
Okay.
Typically, it was 5 to 10, depending
Per
what
service.
they get. Full sets, sometime 20.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, you had all this extra cash, right?
It all went to the same place.
It all went to the same place.
The bank.
Right,
And it
but-
all went to the same tax person.
Yeah.
This is what I made.
Yeah,
I never separated it.
So
it was
smart.
just cash, check, change. I don't know. It all wrote down at the end of the day, and it went to my tax.
Your bank account. You deposit it. You
Deposit.
claimed all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so smart. You stay out of trouble. The thing with any type of like cash business, which seems to be fading now, because everything is electronic and you do
Yeah.
everything, online and booking and your service, everything is trackable.
Yeah.
Right.
I literally went to CVS the other day, and they told the lady, we don't have any change.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe that? There is actually a shortage
A
of
change shortage.
Yeah,
That was the
there is.
first I heard of it.
Yeah.
You could tell I really pay attention to the news. But I was
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of insane.
Yeah.
I know. But that's the temptation for a lot of small businesses that have traditionally dealt in cash is there's no way to truly, if you don't deposit it in your bank, you can't really track it. And then you can just, you can buy this and buy, obviously if you show up at your house with like a new Benz and, the IRS is going to be like, how did you afford that?
A little suspicious.
Yeah, it's a little suspicious.
They're not really driving by the house that often, but
yeah, exactly. But I really like that, Tracy. It's very clean. You can sleep at night. That's always my advice is deposit everything, always. But I really let's get back to this. And I think this is probably the biggest takeaway for today is I would imagine there's a lot of professional nail techs out there that are not doing what you do or what you did, which is I am going to take tips out of the equation. Like, I'm not going to be like, okay, I'll charge 30, but then they'll tip me 5. So
Yeah.
really my service is 35. No.
yeah. And I've had techs tell me that, like, well, I charge this, but I always get this, and then I'm like, no, we don't count that. Like, we count it at the end once you receive it, but there's no guarantee you're getting that tip.
Yeah.
You need to guarantee your money.
And you got to guarantee your money. Exactly. There's no guarantee you're going to get that tip.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, what are you
and-
going to be like? You didn't tip me.
Yeah. Or like this happens, this has happened to me before. Like even with I always tip a valet, but sometimes I don't really carry cash on me.
I know, that's
right.
hard.
It's awful.
Yeah.
And I literally have to turn to the guy and say, I'm so sorry. I do not have cash on
Yeah.
me today. I apologize.
I'm always cash poor.
I'm always cash poor too. Exactly. Like actual cash.
Yeah.
And so, that might happen one day and then you're like, oh gee, maybe it happens with a couple clients.
Yep.
And then you're short. And
short.
it's like, that's an issue. Guaranteed pricing, guaranteed income because you have set pricing that is what you need to make, not based on tips, is the big message here, correct?
Correct. 100%.
Yeah. And something tells me that you right now that are watching, somebody is watching this, you're watching this, watching this,
They
and
turned it
or
off
listening.
a long time ago.
They're like, shut up. Or you're listening and you're going, oh my God, I don't do that, and I do base on tips. So how do you change it, Tracey? Let's say somebody is realizing right now that the pricing structure is really based around tips. So it's lower than what it should be. How can they actually change that, like, over the next couple months? What does that process look like?
It's time to raise your prices.
Yep.
Whether that's just $5. People, nothing. People don't even, they won't even affect their world. Like, they don't, again, I've talked about this. It's a big conversation in your own head, and you picture all these clients upset with you, and it's one person at a time. And that one person has spent more than that on Starbucks when they came to you, that $5. So it's not even going to faze them if they even notice. I mean, you're going to tell them and you're going to let them know, but it's not even going to probably register too much because it's $5.
Yeah. I mean, everybody that's listening to this or watching this right now, you should be raising your prices $5. We don't want to hear it.
$10,000 raise right there.
It's a $10,000 raise, and it's nothing for your clients. You should do that regardless. But you gotta, like, so if they, I'm sorry, what did you say, Trace?
Also, there is a thing of the more you charge, the bigger tip you get.
Right.
It's true.
It's true.
It's very true.
Absolutely, it's true.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I pay. Some people would say, like, you pay, I don't know, it's like $40 something for my haircut, right? Mm-hmm. Which literally took the guy 15 minutes to just like zip, 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 zip. But
brush.
But brush. That's exactly what it was, man. But here's the thing, like, I love the guy, and he's so good, and he gives Theo such a good cut, mm-hmm. and like, I've told you this before, I love the environment, I love the setting. I'll pay the money. I don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to pay for it because I like this dude and I like his work. What was I saying? Completely lost my...
The more you charge.
The more you charge. Thank you. So because his pricing is higher, I like to tip 20%.
Yeah.
I just do that with everything.
Yeah.
Minimum 20%. So it's like, okay, 20% of the 40 something is higher than if I went to... there's this one barber down the street that charges like, I think $22 or $23 for just a quick, 20-minute cut.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be tipping less because it is 20%
Especially
of that.
Since I would say a large majority of people pay with credit card anymore.
Yes.
And that it just pops up.
It does.
What would you like to tip?
Right.
None? 20? 25? Start at 25.
Do you do 25?
I typically go over.
Oh my God, I feel cheap.
It's just
You're
depends.
making me feel cheap.
Just depends. My hair. I go back to my hairdresser. She doesn't charge enough. I hope she doesn't watch this. I've made this mistake. I've always told like hairdressers, you don't charge enough, and then I'm like, why do I open my mouth? She doesn't. So I always tip her more than.
What? Why do you think she doesn't charge enough? Like, what is it about her? Like, how cheap is her pricing?
It's not cheap.
Okay.
It's not cheap, but she could be getting, even my last service, most people probably would have charged at least $200 more.
$200 more?
Yeah. So, that's a lot.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So she's not cheap. It's not like
no. Okay.
cheap,
Right.
I'm not going in and getting a $20 haircut.
Right.
But it is like she really could charge probably at least 25% more than what she already does.
Are you going to tell her?
I've done that before, and it's always an awkward conversation, and they never do it, and I just feel, and then you're kind of, you feel kind of awkward. You're like, I just told her she doesn't charge enough, so now I probably should just pay her more. It becomes awkward.
Yeah, I see that. You're
yeah,
right.
Yeah, so I would just rather tip her really well.
Yeah, no, that's really good. You can really take care of her, tip her, make up for it, and you're doing your part.
And again, she's making a good living. I have told hairdressers before. There was one in San Diego actually that I was going back and forth to, and I'm like, you're not charging enough. You have to charge more than this. But she was just starting out too. But she was good. I'm like, you gotta raise your prices.
Yeah, that is such an interesting thing. You know what I mean? Like, especially, and we see it in nails all the time where you have, we always come back to pricing that we talk about, whether we're going to talk about tipping or this or that. It always comes back to the focus is always your pricing.
Yeah.
And tips are great. Tips are amazing. Like, and what Tracey, what you do for this hairdresser is awesome.
Yeah.
But she could be making so much more money if she set her core pricing up.
Yep.
She probably loves you as a client. She's like, oh my God, Tracey tips so well. She's so nice.
I am nice.
And you are nice. You are. You actually are nice. But like, if she stopped for a second and was like, I don't know, just stop for a second and said, I wonder why she tips me so much. Like, she loves her work. Even that message, right? She's really happy. I wonder if I could charge more.
Yeah.
And even if it's like $50 more for her service.
I wouldn't even think about it.
You wouldn't even blink, right? Mm-mm. Exactly. I can see it on your face too. You're like, you wouldn't even blink.
No, I would tell you I got what sounds like a car, an estimate.
Yeah, you got an estimate. You got a quote.
A quote.
A hair quote
on my engine. No, I was going to go to someone else, and it didn't work out. I was going to go to her, but she was going to be. It was $1,000 more than what I paid for.
Wait.
It was
how much?
But she charged a lot.
Wait. Say that again. How much?
The girl I was going to go to, it would have been about $1,000 more.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Wait, we're not talking about a car here. We're talking, like, for a second I was confused. I'm like, did you go to the topic cars for like a service? Wait, we're talking
hair.
About, it could cost,
yeah. Well, I got extensions and hair color. Yes.
So all that can run over $1,000.
No, over over two.
Okay. I don't know.
Over $2,000.
I
didn't pay that. I didn't pay that. I didn't pay that. But,
right, but it can go that high.
Yeah,
like easily.
Yeah, I paid over $1,000. So
I don't know these things.
Yeah, well, you got to buy the hair. Yeah, like
there's a lot.
There's
it's
an
investment.
Yeah, but the other girl was $1,000 more.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so right when you said it's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
My husband always says it's not cheap to look like that. I'm like, well,
you know what's funny is like when initially I was thinking to myself, I'm like, maybe we're talking $300-$400. I have no idea.
No.
Wow.
No, but like that's high end versus low end. That's why I said she could have easily got a couple hundred more dollars.
She does really good work.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see my face? Did you guys see my face? I know nothing, Jon Snow.
He's getting his brush.
16. I'm like, I paid $47. I paid $47.
Did not cut anything.
I know, but it's $40. It's 40 something dollars, Tracey. It's, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize, like, men, when it comes to like haircuts, we've got it. I mean, it's, first of all, it's like 30 minutes. I don't know unless you get like the shampoo and like your beard, all this other stuff that you're just in the chair for an hour max, and you're gonna walk out of there. You're always gonna pay less than $100. Don't matter, right? I'm like $1,000. Holy crap, bro! You're crying, or you're laughing at my like ignorance, right? Like, damn, son, you have no idea. I had no idea. Why are we in the nail business? How do we not get in the hair business, for God's sake?
We got to be in the hair extension business, man.
Holy crapola.
On that note,
just want to say, like, the final message here is tips are great. Tips are awesome. Set your pricing so you don't depend on them. So if you want to make, 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever, $100,000 a year, you got to calculate, you got to work backwards. Yeah.
Sorry.
What's that?
Or more.
You got to calculate backwards. We've actually done a video on that. Okay, so go back and watch that video. You can look it up, Young Nails, pricing, Biz Talk, whatever, on YouTube, and it'll come up. And come to your service pricing. Tips are the gravy of the cherry on the sugar on top. Okay?
Guac.
On the guac. On the guac on top. So do that, and you're going to be in a much better place. And if you need to change your pricing, change your damn pricing now. Let your clients know in 30 days it's going to update to X. Okay? Also, in the comments below, let us know how you deal with that. How do you set your pricing with tipping, without tipping? We want to know. And also any ideas you have for future episodes in the comments below, please. Tracey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next time on the Biz Talk.